He checked every camera, every angle, every blind spot, but he forgot one thing. Someone wasn't supposed to be there. Ethan Cole clocks out at exactly 11:45 p.m. Same time, every night. The office lights shut off behind him as he walks through the empty parking lot, keys already in hand. His car unlocks with a soft click. No hesitation, no distractions. He gets in and drives. Same route, same turns, same timing. A quiet suburb waits for him. Long driveways, dim porch lights, houses that mind their own business. The kind of neighborhood where nothing happens. Ethan pulls into his driveway at 12:12 a.m. Engine off, lights off, routine intact. Inside, everything is exactly how he left it. Shoes by the door, laptop on the desk, kitchen spotless. He locks the door. Deadbolt, chain, routine. But across the street, a neighbor, Mrs. Langley, watches from behind her curtain. She frowns, because she's seen that car before, late at night, pulling out of Ethan's driveway, on nights he wasn't supposed to be home. The next evening, Ethan is back at work. 11:45 p.m. comes, he clocks out. But tonight, something feels off. His phone buzzes as he reaches his car. A notification. Motion detected, front door camera. Ethan freezes. He doesn't move right away, just stares at the screen. Another alert. Motion detected. Living room. His grip tightens around the phone. That's not possible. He opens the app. The front door camera shows nothing unusual. Closed. Locked. He switches to the living room feed. Empty. Still. Silent. Ethan exhales slowly, forcing a small laugh. Glitch? He gets in the car. Drives home. 12:12 a.m. Same as always. He steps out, eyes scanning the house. And everything looks normal. Too normal. He unlocks the door, steps inside. Silence greets him. Shoes still by the door, laptop still on the desk, kitchen still spotless. He walks through each room one by one. Nothing missing, nothing moved. But something doesn't feel right. The next morning, Mrs. Langley stops him by the mailbox. Ethan, can I ask you something? He nods politely. That car of yours, it left again last night. Ethan blinks. What? I saw it. Around 2 a.m., same as before. He shakes his head. That's not possible. I was home. She leans closer, lowering her voice. I know what I saw. That night, Ethan doesn't go to work. He calls in sick, turns off every light in the house, sits in the dark, watching, waiting. 1:47 a.m. Still nothing. 2:03 a.m. A faint sound from outside. Ethan slowly moves toward the window. He peeks through the curtain. His car is still in the driveway, but then a soft click. Behind him, he turns. The front door handle is moving, slowly, deliberately. Ethan doesn't breathe. The lock twists. The door opens just a few inches, then stops. Silence. He steps forward carefully. Hello? No answer. He reaches the door and pulls it open. Nothing outside. Empty street. Still night. Ethan slams the door shut, locks it again. This time, he doesn't leave. The next morning, he installs more cameras. Every room, every angle, no blind spots. He watches the feeds obsessively. Nothing happens. Day after day until 3 nights later, 2:01 a.m. Ethan wakes up to a sound, soft, close. He grabs his phone, checks the cameras. Every room is empty, except one. The hallway. A shadow stands there. Still. facing his bedroom door. Ethan's breath catches. He slowly looks up at his bedroom doorway. Empty. No one there. He looks back at the phone. The shadow is closer now. Right outside the door. The handle starts to turn. Ethan backs away, heart pounding. No. No. The door creaks open. Slowly. And standing there is Ethan. Same face, same clothes, same expression, but something is wrong. The eyes don't blink. The smile comes too late. You missed one camera, it says. The real Ethan stumbles backward. What are you? The thing tilts its head. You only watch when you're awake. Ethan's phone slips from his hand. The screen hits the floor, still showing the hallway camera, still recording. But now, both Ethans are standing in the hallway. The next morning, Mrs. Langley watches from her window again. Ethan's car pulls out of the driveway. Right on time. On 11:45 p.m. shift. Same routine, same route. But as the car passes under the street light, she sees the driver's face clearly. He's smiling, too wide, too still, and in the reflection of the side mirror, someone else is sitting in the back seat. Watching her. A break-in is reported. 3 houses down. Laura Bennett. Police arrive just after sunrise. No broken windows, no damaged locks, no signs of forced entry. The front door is closed, dead-bolted from the inside. Detective Marcus Hale steps into the living room, eyes scanning slowly. Everything is neat, couch-aligned, books stacked, no disturbance, too clean. Walk me through it again, Hale says. Officer Reyes nods. Neighbor called it in. Said Laura didn't answer her phone this morning. We did a welfare check. Hale glances toward the hallway. And? Reyes hesitates. Now, she wasn't alone. They move to the bedroom. Laura sits upright on the edge of the bed, fully dressed, hands resting neatly on her knees, eyes open, but she doesn't react. Laura? Hale steps closer. Nothing. No blink, no movement, just breathing. Slow, steady. Vitals are normal, Reyes adds. But she hasn't said a word. Hale studies her face. There's no fear, no confusion, just stillness. Security system? Hale asks. Active all night, Reyes replies. No alerts, no breaches. Hale turns. So, how did someone get in? Reyes hands him a tablet. Footage is strange. Hale presses play. Front door camera, timestamp, 1:58 a.m. The door is closed, locked, no movement, 2:03 a.m. The handle turns, slowly. But no one is there. The door opens, just enough for someone to slip through. But the frame shows nothing, no shadow, no shape, just empty space. Moving. Hale leans closer. Rewind that. Again. The handle turns. The door opens. Nothing enters. Check interior cams. Living room feed. 2:04 a.m. Empty. 2:05 a.m. A faint distortion passes across the screen, like heat bent in the air. Then, gone. Bedroom cam. 2:07 a.m. Laura is asleep. Still peaceful. Then, she sits up, all at once. No hesitation, no transition. Eyes open instantly. Hale pauses the footage, zooms in. Her pupils don't adjust. Keep playing. Laura turns her head, not toward the door, but toward the corner of the room, where nothing is visible. She nods. Once. Slow. Then she stands, walks to the door, opens it, steps into the hallway. The camera follows her movement, until she stops. Mid-step. Her head tilts slightly, like she's listening. Then, she steps aside, making space, for something to pass. But nothing appears. Hale exhales quietly. What time was this? 2:09 a.m. Hale checks his notes. Same time Ethan Cole's neighbor reported his car leaving. Reyes looks up. You think it's connected? Hale doesn't answer. Instead, he pulls up traffic cam footage from the street. 2:11 a.m. Ethan's car passes through the intersection. Headlights steady. Speed consistent. Zoom in. The image sharpens. Driver's seat, Ethan, expression blank, eyes forward, hands at 10 and 2. Normal. But then, the frame glitches, just for a split second, and in the back seat, a shape. Gone before the next frame. Hale freezes it, enhances. It's faint. But there, a silhouette, sitting directly behind the driver. Was anyone else in the car? Reyes asks. Hale shakes his head slowly. Not officially. Back at Laura's house, paramedics try again. Ma'am, can you hear me? No response, but her eyes shift, slightly, toward the hallway. Hale notices, steps closer. Laura, who was here last night? Her lips part, barely. A whisper, so quiet it almost disappears. He checked everything. Hale leans in. Who did? Her eyes lock onto his. For the first time. But not me. Her head tilts, the same way it did in the footage. And then she smiles. Too wide. Too still. Hale steps back. Something clicks. Pull Ethan Cole's camera logs, he says quickly. Minutes later, they're reviewing the data. Every camera in Ethan's house. Front door, living room, hallway, bedroom, all active, all recording, except between 2 a.m. and 2:12 a.m., every feed shows the same thing. Ethan. Standing in each room. At the same time. Front door cam. Ethan staring directly into the lens. Living room cam. Ethan, sitting perfectly still on the couch. Hallway cam. Ethan facing the bedroom door. Bedroom cam. Ethan asleep in bed. Reyes stares. That's not possible. Hale's voice drops. He said he checked every camera. Reyes finishes it. Every angle. Hale nods slowly. Every blind spot. They both look back at the screens. 4 versions of Ethan. All perfectly still. All perfectly timed. And then, at exactly 2:09 a.m., every single one of them smiles. At the same time, police pull every camera within a 2-block radius. Doorbells, street poles, garage cams, anything with a lens. A digital map fills the screen at the precinct. Timestamps begin to align. 12:11 a.m. Ethan's car turns onto Willow Creek Drive. Clear. Visible. Undeniable. 12:12 a.m. It passes Laura Bennett's house. Headlights sweep across her front window. Hale pauses the frame. He zooms in. Driver's seat. Ethan. Reyes crosses his arms. That puts him here? Hale nods. Yeah. Then flips open the employment logs. Ethan Cole. Clock-in time. 11:45 p.m. System authenticated. Badge scanned. Workstation login. 11:47 p.m. Security? Hale asks. Strict, Reyes says. Badge access, internal cams. No way he leaves without being seen. Hale taps the keyboard. Pull internal footage between 12 o'clock and 12:30. The office feed loads. 12:03 a.m. Ethan sits at his desk, typing. 12:06 a.m. Still there. 12:08 a.m. He stands, walks out of frame. Bathroom break? Reyes suggests. Let's see. Hallway cam. 12:09 a.m. Ethan walks past, head slightly lowered, pace steady. He turns the corner and disappears. Next camera should pick him up, but it doesn't. Hale frowns. Where's the stairwell cam? Reyes scrolls. Right here. 12:10 a.m. Empty. 12:11 a.m. Still empty. 12:12 a.m. No movement. Hale leans back slowly. Run that again. Same result. Ethan walks into a corridor and never appears on the next camera. But at that exact moment, 12:12 a.m., His car is driving past Laura's house. Reyes exhales. That's a 5-mile gap. Hale nods. Minimum. Reyes shakes his head. No one covers that distance in seconds. Hale doesn't respond, just scrolls further. 12:25 a.m. Ethan reappears. Same hallway, walking back, calm, unhurried. He sits at his desk, resumes typing. Check his login activity, Hale says. Reyes pulls it up. 12:09 a.m. to 12:26 a.m. No keystrokes, no mouse movement, 17 minutes. Gone. Hale stares at the screen. 17 minutes. Unaccounted for. Silence settles over the room. Reyes breaks it. You think he left the building? Hale shakes his head slowly. Oh, no exit logs, no camera hits, no alarms. Reyes lowers his voice. Then where was he? Hale's eyes drift back to the street cam image. Ethan's car. 12:12 a.m. Passing Laura's house. Maybe, Hale says quietly. He never left. Reyes doesn't like that answer. Back at Laura's house, they revisit the footage. Front door cam. 12:13 a.m. Still. Locked. 12:14 a.m. The screen flickers. Static. Then black. Timestamp continues. 12:15 a.m., 12:16 a.m., 12:17 a.m. Nothing recorded. 12:21 a.m. Feed resumes. Door still closed, still locked. No entry, no exit. Reyes leans in. 7 minutes. Hale nods. 7 minutes the camera didn't see. They switch to interior feeds. Living room, same blackout. Kitchen, same bedroom, same. Every camera, every angle. Gone for exactly 7 minutes. Reyes mutters under his breath. The camera saw everything. Hale finishes it. Except the moment it mattered. They rewind just before the blackout. Bedroom cam. 12:13:52 a.m. Laura is asleep. 12:13:58. Her eyes open instantly. No movement before. No sign of waking. 12:14. The feed cuts. Hale freezes the last frame. Zooms in. Laura's eyes. Locked onto something. Not the door, not the window, the ceiling. Reyes notices. Why is she looking up? Hale doesn't answer. Instead, he switches to Ethan's home cameras. Same night. Same time. 12:13 a.m. Everything normal. 12:14 a.m. All feeds glitch. But instead of going black, they split. Multiple frames overlap. Front door cam. Ethan stands outside, staring in. Living room cam. Ethan sits on the couch, hands folded. Hallway cam. Ethan faces the bedroom. Still. Bedroom cam. Ethan lies in bed. Eyes closed. Reyes steps back. That's 4 versions of him. Hale nods. Same timestamp? Reyes points. Look at the bedroom one. Hale zooms in. Ethan's eyes snap open. At exactly 12:14 a.m. Same moment Laura's feed cuts. Same moment every camera in her house goes blind. Hale rewinds. Plays it again. 12:13:59. Ethan asleep. 12:14. Eyes open. But he doesn't move, doesn't blink. Just stares straight ahead at the ceiling. Reyes whispers, "Same as Laura." Hale's jaw tightens. "Check the audio logs." They pull the raw feed, amplify the background noise. At first, nothing. Then, a faint sound. Not from the room, not from outside. From inside the recording itself. A low, layered whisper. Multiple voices. Overlapping. Repeating the same phrase. Hale leans closer. "Enhance that." The audio sharpens. "Not the door. Not the windows. Not the walls." Reyes swallows. What are they saying?" The voices sink, clearer now. "The space between." The screen flickers again. For a single frame, something appears. Not a person, not a shadow. A distortion. like the image is folding inward, centered on the ceiling, exactly where both Ethan and Laura were looking. Hale pauses the frame, zooms in. The distortion isn't random. It has shape, edges, almost like a doorway, but not one you can touch. Reyes steps back slowly. So it doesn't come through the door? Hale finishes it. It comes through where there isn't one. Silence. Heavy. Then Hale clicks back to the timeline. 12:12 a.m. Ethan's car passes Laura's house. 12:14 a.m. All cameras fail. 12:21 a.m. Feeds return. 12:25 a.m. Ethan reappears at work. 17 minutes. 7 minutes. 2 gaps. But Hale notices something. He overlays them. The 7 missing minutes sit perfectly inside the 17. Reyes sees it too. That's not a coincidence. Hale shakes his head. No. Reyes leans in. Then what is it? Hale stares at the ceiling frame again. The distortion, the shape. And then he says it. Quiet. Measured. That's the window. Reyes frowns. Window to what? Hale doesn't answer right away. Because on the screen, without warning, the paused frame shifts, just slightly. The distortion moves, and something inside it moves back. The neighbor's voice trembles over the phone. I saw someone standing in Laura's window, she says. Hale scribbles the note. Describe them, he prompts. The neighbor swallows. Not clear, just standing. Still. Like a statue. Could it be Ethan? Reyes asks. The woman hesitates. No, he wasn't moving at all. Silence. The weight of her words hangs. Meanwhile, the phone records light up. Laura's device shows a call at 12:18 a.m., duration 3 seconds. No audio captured. Yet the telecom logs tell a stranger story. Call connected. Then 6 seconds later, connected again. Same number. Hale leans back. 2 calls, he mutters. But she only dialed once. Reyes exhales. The timeline, the gaps, it's doubling itself. Police search Ethan's home, IT security technician, everything digital, everything locked down. And then they find it. A small device, black and unmarked, capable of looping camera footage, creating false timestamps. A copied key fob signal lies beside it. Hale traces the implications. He didn't break in, he murmurs. He walked in. Forensics are called in. 2 sets of footprints emerge. One, Ethan, normal, bare shoes, normal stride. And the other, barefoot, smaller, almost light, no exit trail. Hale exhales. Someone walked in, but never walked out. Detective Hale rewinds the video frame by frame. The living room reflection catches something. TV glass, faint but unmistakable. A second figure behind Ethan. Not captured anywhere else. Not on door cams. Not on hall cams. Hale freezes the frame. He thought no one saw him, but something did. Hours later, the interrogation room. Ethan sits, composed. Hale slams the reflection frame on the table. You planned everything. The cameras, the timing, the alibi. Ethan nods slightly, calm, collected. So explain the second person, Hale presses. Ethan's eyes flicker, pauses, for the first time. There was no second person, he whispers. Hale leans in, voice low. Then explain this. Reflection, frame frozen. The figure looming behind Ethan's own image. The technician's confident mask cracks, confusion, then fear. That's not possible. Case closes. Ethan is arrested. A sigh of relief sweeps the precinct. But night falls again. Another house reports anomalies, missing minutes. Still figure in the window, footage shows Ethan clearly in custody. Hale leans closer to the screen. He's behind bars, he says slowly. But the thing watching him, it's still out there. Final engagement. Hale looks directly at the camera. So what do you think really happened? Was Ethan working alone, or was he being watched the entire time? And more importantly, what was standing in that window? The camera pans back. The reflection scene. Most people miss what's really there. A second shadow. Not Ethan. Not human. Watching. Waiting. If you've made it this far, you already know this wasn't just a story, because the real question isn't what happened, it's what was watching the whole time. And if you missed even one detail, especially in that reflection scene, then you missed something important. So before you go, subscribe now. Because the next story will go deeper. More clues, more twists, and the kind of endings that make you question everything you just saw. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what others overlook. Because here, every detail matters.